All right. Hi, Kirsten.
Hi, Emmy. Good to see you.
Yeah, I wanted to just ask you a few questions about your piece, The Pathless Woods, that you wrote for Piero and me. I wondered if you could just talk a little bit about the name of the piece and where you got that.
So the title came from a quote from a tea bag, actually, from a Lord Byron poem. And the full quote for that line is, "There is a pleasure in the pathless woods." And I was thinking about how right now we're in a moment where we could go lots of different directions. It seems like a critical tipping point in a lot of ways, and that's both a scary thing and an exciting thing.
I'm actually really fascinated with just your composition process because I know that you tend to write pretty quickly, but maybe even more so this time around.
Yeah.
Um, can you talk just a little bit about actually what that looks like? Like when you wake up in the morning, what does that look like?
Yeah, I often will write very early in the morning. I'm more of a lark than a night owl, and I definitely tend to work in intense, long periods of time where I can get into a sort of a flow state until I get frustrated and then need to take a break or just need some space away from it to figure out what exactly I had just created. And whether I wanted to keep any of it. Because I always tell my students that composition is really just a series of yes and no questions. Like, am I actually going to keep that idea that I came up with or not? And what can I do with it? This or that? But it tends to come out and concentrate. So maybe I'll have all these ideas appear, but they don't really work as a listener, like taking it all in. And maybe it needs more time to settle or develop or whatever it is. It's sort of like pulling taffy, where I will fuss with it until it seems to work okay.
I always enjoy your little descriptive words within your compositions, and I find it really helpful not only to see the really descriptive titles, but those words that tell me exactly what kind of energy you want or what kind of character you want in a section. Yeah, I think you have the perfect balance of giving us those little clues, but not overdoing it, which is so with the electronics, you create those along with the instrumental parts. What is the relationship between those two things for you?
Well, for me, I try to make the electronic part just like another instrument in the band, so it can take the solo melody or it can just be backup or even background sound. Sometimes it could just be like a textural record, noise or something.
And did you create most of the electronic parts for this piece
A
yourself?
lot of them are actually from percussion samples that Piero recorded for me. There's this wonderful gong sort of pulsating at the end that's just Piero's gong doing its thing with a little bit of EQ to focus the pitch.
And how did you pick the actual instruments that Piero and I play?
Well, I've had the pleasure of writing for you two as a duo before. I felt like I didn't want to add too many extra instruments to this if I didn't feel like I needed them. And the electronic part really allows for me to fill those things in. And I just sort of started with those two and thought, if I need to add stuff, I will, which is why you have to play a kick drum in the middle.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I wanted to bring the beat out of the speakers, I really wanted that to be in the room with people.
Yeah, that kick drum almost took me down, but not that kind.
I love writing for my friends, so it's like one of the most magical things in the world to be able to write for people because then you can incorporate things you know about them in as little love letters.
February, the month of love, right?
Oh yeah, the more the better, for sure.
Yeah. Thanks, Kirsten.
Yay. Thanks, Emmy.